It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion. This is for Thursday, the 30th of April. I'm Michael Groff. Closing out the month on a hot note. Another excessive heat warning. Record heat expected again here in the valley, although we do have some high clouds around, which might help to hold down temperatures just a couple of degrees. What about the weekend and next week? Does the heat continue? Is there any sign of relief? Do we have any surprises in the forecast? Well, let's get out there and take a look at it. First, yesterday in the valley, boy, we just missed a record. 104 degrees was the high, 73 the low, that record high of 105 degrees. And yeah, that is, of course, the all-time record high for the month of April as well. And we might get close to that again today, although I don't think we're going to break it. All right, outside now here at 9:35 a.m., we've got mostly cloudy skies out there. Now, they're just high clouds, but interesting to note, nonetheless. 84 degrees presently at Sky Harbor, dew points at 41, humidity 22%, the winds are light, and the barometer is rising. Temperatures around the area this morning, how about 88 at Gilbert? It's 90 at Goodyear, 79 in Buckeye. Otherwise, for the most part, temperatures around the area are mostly in the 80s. The upper air look this morning, high pressure remains the dominant weather feature here across the southwest, and that's going to remain the case more or less for the foreseeable future. However, of note here, there is a little high-level moisture streaming in from the south and southwest, even a weak little ripple in the flow there. And so that's going to give us plenty of high clouds for today and this evening before that clears out of here tomorrow, but no real sensible weather other than that. Here's the watch warning map, and we do have an excessive heat warning still in effect for the Phoenix area as well as much of south central and southwest Arizona through 8 p.m. tonight. Also heat warnings for the Mojave Desert and much of southeast California. Elsewhere, some red flag warnings across parts of the plains, flood and flash flood watches for parts of the upper Atlantic coast. And the convective outlook for today, some of those same areas with a marginal risk of severe storms, the mid-Atlantic, as well as South Florida and well north of Arizona through the Intermountain West, parts of Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming with a marginal risk of severe storms. And rainfall for the next 7 days, forget it, nothing here in the valley, nothing statewide, nothing region-wide. The hot and dry weather pattern continues. Of course it does. We're in the heart of the dry season. May is generally the driest or the second driest month for much of the southwestern United States. No surprise there. Let's take a look at the models, though, and see what the future might hold. Here we go to the GFS. This is the 12Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. And this is the upper look at about 18,000 feet. High pressure in control here across the southwest. Upper heights still well above average. So down at the surface, yes, we'll have partly sunny skies around today. Plenty of high clouds, as we mentioned earlier. But it's not going to amount to anything other than that. May hold down the maximum heat levels, though. We're going to go with highs this afternoon, 101 to 104. The record high for today is 102, and I think there's a pretty high likelihood we break that. But we're probably going to fall shy of that all-time record for the month of April, which is 105. Either way, whatever, it's going to be warm. And then tonight, partly cloudy skies continue, and moisture levels are a little bit elevated for this time of year, ever so slightly. Nothing all that robust, but dew points kind of up in the mid and upper 40s. Some guidance even has dew points creeping up toward 50, and that might slow down the cool down tonight. Overnight lows mostly in the 70s, I think. And then tomorrow, the sun comes back, mostly sunny skies. Highs creep back just a little bit, a little lower, 100 to 103. And then over the weekend, energy passes north of Arizona, but all it's going to do is just ever so slightly nudge the ridge down a bit, and those upper heights come down a couple of decameters. So overall, high temperatures will be between about 97 and 101 for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and even into Tuesday. We're not really looking at much change overall in the weather pattern. The main storm track stays north of Arizona. We're under either a zonal flow or a weak ridge that builds in, and we're just going to stay hot and dry. Now, as we go to Wednesday, high pressure is still the dominant weather feature here across the western states, and temperatures might actually bump up a couple of degrees here. We're looking at highs between about 102 and 105. Not quite record territory, but getting pretty close and certainly well above average. And then going out to a week from today, this is Thursday the 7th, still high pressure is generally in control. High temperatures remain well above average and likely above the triple digits. Now, here we go to Friday the 8th, and the model's actually hinting at a little bit of moisture trying to sneak into eastern Arizona in response to a couple of waves moving through the flow here. And if that should occur, we could even see some isolated thunderstorms over in the White Mountains, but nothing for us here in the valley. We would say stay sunny and dry, and high temperatures still well above 100. And then go now 10 days to the end of the period. This is Saturday the 9th, and again, high pressure is in control here across the west. Look at that, nosing all the way up into western Canada, up into the Yukon and the Northwest Territories. Meanwhile, a big trough across eastern North America, centered over eastern Canada. And for us here in Arizona, again, the models do show some moisture being pulled into eastern or northern Arizona along the White Mountains, the eastern rim country for isolated thunderstorms. But again, we would be dry here in Phoenix. This is nothing to get too concerned about. This is 9 and 10 days out. Things are likely to change between now and then, but just something to watch. And taking a look at the outlook from the Climate Prediction Center, the CPC, and it shows temperatures below average for the east in response to that trough that we were talking about, and well above average out here in the west, particularly here in the desert southwest. Not the news you wanted to hear, I'm sure. Meanwhile, precipitation is shown to be near normal for us, which means basically nothing, although an area of above average precipitation possible for extreme eastern Arizona, parts of New Mexico, West Texas. But overall, hot and dry conditions should be the rule for the majority of us. And checking out temperatures off the national blend of models, highs mostly above the century mark. Maybe this weekend we stay in the upper 90s, but either way, it's going to be hot and well above average. Overnight lows above average too, generally upper 60s to middle 70s. These are again numbers we would be more likely to see in mid-June as opposed to early May. And that is going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever we post a brand new video, you'll be alerted. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. You guys be cool, stay safe out there, and have yourselves a wonderful Thursday.